good evening, and good evening from the three of us, and welcome to episode 10, believe it or not, of The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. And it's 10, 10 guys. Can you believe we've actually got to episode 10?
Yeah, I know, it's good, isn't it? Episode
So,
10 episodes, it's buzzy. Fucking
yeah,
hell.
t-
I think I
it's
need to sit
taken
back.
10 episodes, and I've finally made it to the good. 10
Yeah.
episodes, and we've survived on £0 budget. I mean, God, what more can you ask for? We need to see some return investment now.
Absolutely.
I just want to congratulate Fuzzy on being the good. And it's
Agreed.
the great, the good.
Agreed.
Brilliant. Let's see what's going on. So I like this first comment. What the fuck is that on my face? Good evening to Budgie. How you doing, mate? I must be really early. Yeah, it's good to see you, Budgie. Actually on time. Well, even before us. Actually, you beat us for a change. Evening, Mama Flossie. Big up Anthony's eyebrows.
Extra
They're
emphasis on
massive, isn't they, Mama Flossie? They're absolutely
big up.
massive. I looked at it, I thought, what the bloody hell is that? I couldn't even make him out. I was like, it didn't go well with the structure. I look evil. Actually evil on that one. So, Mama Flossie, a quick question, right? I have actually I've heard this through the grapevine for Newcastle United. Apparently, your centre back Botman is out for 9 months due to a knee surgery. If you're still watching, put it in the comments to see if it's true. It's something that I read, but you know, it could be anything. But if he's out for 9 months, that's going to be a major blow for Newcastle.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Big up Tony, Fuzzy, and Anthony, real ones. Evening, Stephanie. Hope you're keeping well. Good to see you in here as well.
Big up, Stephanie.
And obviously, Early Doors TV eyebrows. We cannot believe it. No, neither can we, mate. Neither can we.
Yeah.
Shouldn't
God,
be a
you look
gap
pissed on there, Tim.
I know. That was yesterday, mate. That was yesterday.
Yeah.
I would just see the rest of the channel going on here. Evening, saying hello. 7 o'clock's already. Yeah, and Mama's confirming it's true, and he's going for surgery next week.
Ooh, that's going to be a major blow. That is, yeah.
ACL 9-monther.
That's all of next season. Well, pretty much all of next season as well, isn't it? Really, if you think about it.
Takes you well up into probably November time, doesn't it?
They'll have to buy a good centre back for that squad. Same caliber as him, really.
And as Mama's saying, the season is done. Yeah. Not been great for injuries, are they? Newcastle, it's been a very bad season injury-wise, so it's not been good at all, isn't it?
For a lot of clubs this season has. Selected clubs, they've just had unbelievably, massively huge injury lists. I mean, probably like 50% of all the clubs in the Premier League have had one massive injury crisis at some point in the season.
Yeah. I mean, we got one of our star centre backs now apparently injured in Gabriel. So
has that been confirmed though, Anthony? Because
well, apparently, Suiting it is. I mean, I've been reading it on more than, but I've read it on Sky Sports, Talk Sports. I've actually read it on an Arsenal website, and just like local sport columns, like the Sun, and all that sort of stuff. Are everybody's saying he's out? I've even got people in the chat, in a certain WhatsApp group chat that I'm in, saying that apparently Gabriel Saliba's out, but I don't know how long for. But I find it really odd and peculiar because it was this time last season we lost Saliba.
Yes.
So do you know what I mean? And obviously you knew what last season was with losing him and that, and everybody saying obviously we bottled the league, which we did. It makes you think: is it going to be like another repeat performance of last season? So fingers crossed it's not. But I do want the Premier League, Champions League. I know I'd like to be greedy and say I want both, but at the standard that we're at and where we're playing football, we're better in the league than obviously Champions League at the minute. So I thought, for me, is the Premier League.
Well, your next game is City, isn't it? You remember rightly?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I think it's the last day of March, March 31st, I think it is. But yeah, is well, they're saying whoever wins that is gonna, win the league. But I feel that we can. I mean, even if we got, even if we win, great. I mean, even if we pick up a point, say, a draw. I mean, you've got 9 games after that. So do
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
Anything can happen in those 9 games. So
Still
uh,
tight, isn't it?
yeah, it's still tight. Yeah, I think as long as we don't lose, we haven't got to lose. A win, brilliant, but a draw, okay, fine. We'll have to take a draw if it is, if that game obviously does finish a draw. Look, so you're still in contention with it. I thought with Arsenal, I thought that they're better because obviously we got our game in hand as well because our um, Chelsea game was postponed.
Yeah,
So I feel I think when Arsenal's top, they sort of get carried away, and every now and then in certain games they play a little bit sloppy. And do you know what I mean? But I
mm,
feel like if we're like second or third and it's only like a point or two, I feel Arsenal are better there, knowing that they've got something to prove, and they can they've got some
yeah,
more to play on. I just feel when we're top and we led that Premier League for quite some time last season, didn't we? And then our results started to get a bit sloppy. The draw against you, Southampton, the loss against Everton when Sean Dyche took over.
yeah.
Things like that. So unfortunately, well, I'm not saying unfortunately, but fortunately, we haven't done that yet so far this season. So
No, it's true. That's true. Big up to Lee here, Football Dad's Army, and that. I hope you keeping well, matey. And yeah, as Fuzzy is top, with a good. Yeah. What do you think of Southgate to United?
Well, the ever growing threat of the ever looming threat of my channel deletions getting ever closer. But yeah, I suppose if you're Ineos, you're not going to get to a decision without knowing about it from the fan base en masse, with very vocal displeasure about even remotely being linked to Gareth Southgate. Because usually with managerial appointments, some fans can be a little bit divided on things, but I think with the mass majority of fans, we look at this and we think that's not what's best for our club. That's completely the opposite. So we'd have to make our voices heard in that regard. So Gareth Southgate to Man United, hopefully it's as dead as anything, to be honest. Don't let it happen. Keep it buried 6 feet under. Stay in the shadow realms. We don't want to see that ugly face. No waistcoat season at Manchester United. Nothing like that. We just want a good coach, good players, active business, efficient operations, and that's it. Give us what we need to get back to winning trophies. That's what I want to see.
Yeah, I mean, Anthony, what do you think of this so-called Southgate to United?
You know what? When I actually read that, I thought, bloody hell! Please let that. There is a God. So yeah, so I was happy with that. I mean, I'm not taking the mick. I mean, Fuzzy reckons I'm taking the mick out of him, but trouble is though, I think with Man United fans, I mean, there's some United fans that don't want him. There are some saying that, we won't mind him, but I feel like, I mean, we've seen Southgate at international level, and he's got a team there that can win things, but we ain't winning anything. Do you know what I mean? So that's one thing because he's working with world class players at the end of the day, you know. But I mean, if this is his last campaign, and he does go, and if Ten Hag is sacked and he does come the manager of Man United, what's he going to do? Because we knew what he was like when he was the manager of Middlesbrough in the Premier League,
Yeah,
and he didn't do that great. So
That's the biggest club he's ever managed as well.
Yeah. I think I think it's it wasn't I know he played for Aston. He didn't manage it. Did he manage Aston? He didn't manage Aston Villa, did he?
I don't think he did.
I'm going to come back to this
I knew he
question
paid for
with
them.
Stephanie. But I'll come back to this question in a minute, but we'll go for the chat and I'll come back to Stephanie's question, actually. But yeah, I mean, I don't know if he did or not, but I just find it weird. I mean, why, of all people, I mean, I think I agree with you, Anthony, because a club like Man United and that, why would you want a manager like him?
Exactly. He hasn't really won anything. He hasn't won anything at club level. He hasn't won anything at international level. So, you mean? Yeah. Well, no, Budgie. But there's a chance that it could possibly happen because we got like a repeat. Big up, Jesse.
This is a brick.
Yeah. I like that. I like how it does that. I don't know who's doing it, but I reckon it's quality because he's done you, Jez. I think Yeti. I think he's done Yeti as well. So fair play.
Yeah,
Haven't done one for me yet.
it'll come. It'll come.
It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
Asa sort of saying Southgate, new United manager after the Euros. Comedy channel, Jim Radcliffe.
I'll tell you what, everyone all over the world who hates Man United is begging. They are praying this happens because it's one of the only ways, most realistically, that you stop United from actually going back to the good days. Literally send an undercover agent to completely finalise the downfall of Manchester United and write them off the final check, send them off out to sea, never to see or hear of them ever again.
Yeah. Did you bring up that last comment thing? What do you think of that first?
Jez, you're a prick. Morally offended.
And he says here, no self-respecting English fan respects Southgate is a prick. And I definitely agree with this one with Budgie in that as long as Mousegate is as far away from West Ham as possible, I'll be content. Amen to that. That's for sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's true, Stephanie. Palace, Villa, and Borough is Southgate's level, just like his playing days.
He's only managed Middlesbrough, apparently.
Yeah, I thought it was. I knew he played for.
He used to play. He used to play for Villa, but
yeah.
Yeah, Mama's got one as well.
Oh yeah, Mama got one. Yeah, she has. Yeah.
Hi, Joanne. Hope you're keeping well. And evening to Carl Rossi. He's saying evenings for you, Fuzzy.
Good evening, Carl Rossi.
Dan Ashford has already worked with Southgate at England. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
It's the only blessing in disguise that Southgate.
Evening, Carl. Hope you're well, mate.
That might be why they're trying to delay getting Dan Ashworth in.
And I hope you enjoyed St. Patrick's Days as well, Carl. I hope it was a good one for you. I think it was a bit messy, if I remember rightly. So I hope you had a good one. Southgate is a politician, enough said. It's true.
Bit like Gary Neville, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, I can share buttons keep going missing. Bring him back, Joanne. Bring him back. We need them. I'm still looking for Terence. Yeah, I know. He's all right. He's keeping well. He's been busy, but he's keeping well. He's alive and kicking. I can guarantee you that one. Southgate is mates with Ashworth and Brailsford. And as Carl said, it's dual stream, for fuck's sake, gets me every time. I was off me rocker, he's gone. Good, mate. Long as it was a nice one. Southgate to Arsenal would be hilarious. Oh, yeah, you imagine that one.
No, fuck that. I'm not having that. That shit is not happening. That's worse than, I don't know. That's on par. Well, I didn't know if it's on par with Mikel Arteta or if it's worse than Mikel Arteta. But I think I go on about Mikel Arteta just winning an FA Cup at our club. And I don't know how that can keep a manager in for like 3.5, almost 4 seasons. And with 750 million to spend, well, he's already spent. You know, he's next season comes in, he's going to be there, and he's going to spend his first billion. If we don't win anything out of that, then sorry, he got to go at the end of this season if we don't win nothing. But I can't see that happening.
Ace is saying Southgate was sitting beside Jim Ratcliffe on Sunday during the United Liverpool game. He's there, no smoke without fire. Oof.
Yeah, do you know what I think? Yeah. I'll tell you what, Fuzzy, you've got safety, mate. Ten Hag getting on, you've got to say goodbye.
Well, I mean,
there she is. Mum's Floss, the most amazing Geordie on YouTube. Absolutely. There's no two ways about it. 100%.
You got my mum. It's true. She's a brilliant, mod. She's an excellent mod.
Ding
But
ding round
all
one.
these things he does.
Yeah, he's probably at
one
the
of
game
Fuzzy.
trying to scout Cobby 90, to be fair. Because he had his promotion to the
How you doing, Henry?
first team
Good to see you.
after the game.
Yeah.
He gets one more Caesar, in my opinion, Arteta. Well,
Oh, I don't know. But if he wins something, you got to win the Premier League. If he wins the Premier League, sign a contract. If he wins both Premier League and Champions League, you've heard it here first. That guy, he almost probably have a statue outside the stadium soon.
He'll get a lifetime contract. And then what will happen is you'll go another 20 years without winning anything, and people will still keep making excuses for him. That it'll be, he still got it in him. This year will be our year. It'll be back to the Wenger cycle. I'm telling you.
So this statue you're talking about outside of Arsenal, now, was it like a statue of Brill Cream and that or Lego head just to represent Arteta?
Yeah, or it could be. I mean, come on, let's be honest. That he's got to dye his fucking hair, hasn't he? Maybe like a Just for Men statue, and him holding up a box with just the hair dye.
Well, if you look at one of
I don't care what anybody says.
If you do see one of them boxes with it, there is it looks like him on one of the boxes anyway, as it is.
There's no way. It has to be hair dye. There's no way that somebody can manage Arsenal and not have grey hairs.
Oh, mate.
No chance.
Bloody hell, I'm a fan and I got fucking grey hair. Look at it. It's all round here, all round there.
You got remember, Fuzzy, he's got that light bulb that kind of keeps himself going, basically, isn't it? That's what it is.
Gives him white hair.
Gives him white, yeah, that's what it does. I mean, obviously, Ace is saying Ten Hag has been liking with Bayern Munich and Ajax jobs in the summer. Interesting.
If he loses his job, probably, yeah.
And obviously, just so you know, Henry's actually back doing YouTube channels and streams and that. So it's good to see that see him back on doing the stuff. So welcome back, Henry. Sorted, liked, and shared. Well done. Just got to eat. Can't give you a like. Thank you very much, matey. And just build a Lego statue. Be easier.
Yeah, it will be. Yeah, we can
immortalised.
Not that when you didn't win anything.
Immortalised.
Speaking of Lego, Sergeant Ratcliffe probably might not get the funding if he doesn't get the whole backing to fund a new stadium build. He might have to borrow the Lego set to try and build a stand,
new stadium
stand extension.
It'd be one of those GoFundMes. Can you just spare me your spare Lego sets, please, as we go along, kind of thing. I'm just going to go back to Stephanie's question.
OnlyFans.
She's asked, question to the panel, do you think Kobe will be a future United and England captain?
Too early to tell.
I think if you look at it, possibly maybe for United, but I don't think if you've got the likes of, depends how long we're looking at, but for me, obviously, I think, Rice more likely will get that England captaincy than anything else. And then probably Kobe slightly afterwards. So, but yeah, it's a good shout. I mean, he's definitely got a safe future in him, that's for sure.
Definitely.
Budgie's asking, question for you lads on the panel. What's worse, Southgate is your club's manager or David Moyes?
Southgate. Moyes has won a European trophy. I know it's the bloody European Conference, but I tell you what, it's still a trophy at the end of the day.
Southgate's trophy cabinet contains a photo framed waistcoat.
Yeah.
And tie.
Yeah.
And a picture of
you
himself.
Can actually,
An ego plaque. We'll call it an ego plaque.
You can actually see him being interviewed now, can't you? So, Gareth, you've been a manager now for 25 years. This is your trophy cabinet, but it's got fuck all in it. What's going on?
Oh, you're the new Spurs manager. Is that what you are? That's what it is. Yeah. Just keep the tradition going, basically.
You're going in after Ange.
I mean, as I said, full debt has to go immediately. Yeah, because giving him one more season, which Lee asked for, and that, I think that's a bit.
Yeah.
Especially if you don't win anything. That's for sure.
He's the 5th highest paid manager in the Premier League. He's on $8.5 million a year in wages, and then there's some rumours that he's been offered another contract or whether he signed it, I don't know. But if he's on 8.5 at the minute, that's going to take him up to the region of around about £13.5 million, maybe 15. So if he gets that, he's actually on the same wages what Arsene Wenger was on at Arsenal just before he left.
Wenger was on that money.
Wenger was on that money.
Get out.
But I'm not
Do
being
you
funny.
give-
I mean, I can understand why he was on that money, but I personally, a part of it, I thought Wenger was on merit because if he's the sort of manager that can spot talent, you're bringing a player for 2 million, you're selling him for like 25, 30 million quid. You've made £28 million on one player. Do you know what I mean? Back then, that was the reason why I thought he was at the club long enough because that was the merit he was given. So
That's the statue. That's the statue you want outside the Emirates. That's the one.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
just a statue just to get vandalised, pretty much. Would you give, right, Arteta that new contract if he loses the league on goal difference?
no, because he's lost the league on goal difference. I mean, all the money that he spent and he's been backed. I think questions should be asked now for us. In other words, from the board saying, "But look, you've had this X and X amount of millions of pounds since you've been here, and you've only won one FA Cup, you've won one trophy in like 5-6 years. That's no good." I mean, I'm not being funny. I'm not taking the mick. I mean, you can go on now. I really thought Liverpool was going to win the FA Cup this season, but you turn it around, you knocked them out. So obviously, you can go on to win that. I mean, even if with likes of West Ham, they went on and they won an FA Cup, and I'm not slagging off West Ham here, but for West Ham and David Moyes to do that is respectable. Do you know what I mean? Which it is, but I mean, nah, he's not winning any trophies. I tell you what, I mean, everybody's dreading against Bayern Munich. I've heard fans saying it could be another 5-1, but I said, well, hang on a second. Bayern Munich ain't playing that great this season. Obviously,
Even Man United should have probably have beaten them a couple of times this season.
Yeah.
Thanks to us having Onana in goal, he's got a phobia of Champions Leagues.
He's
It's
improved.
like, no, I want to get out.
He's improved, Alana. I can remember when your fans were they were slating him, but I think he's improved slightly.
No, exactly.
He's got away from European football. That's why.
Big up Dave, old school gunner. If you haven't already, go over to his channel. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe to his content and that. Always good to see him on you, and that. I hope you keep him well, matey. And he's obviously said on his smash likes. Yeah, apparently got some new sponsors already. Look, United new shirt sponsors next season. Marks and Spenders.
Marks and Spencer.
Marks and Spenders. The boardroom filled with marks and bloody spenders spending lots of useless money. Probably the money we spend would actually be generally good. It's just we'd end up getting the worst option of manager, the worst choice of manager to manage it, much like the English national team, a golden generation handed to an absolute buffoon, and think, he should go and win a trophy, right? Surely.
Yeah. There you go, Fuzzy. Look, there's Southgate's record at Middlesbrough.
Be his record at Man United too.
Big up to Drew Gunners.
I'll open the door. I'll join this, mate. I'd say, yeah, come on in, old cracker.
Imagine that. Finish below Chelsea next season in a relegation battle with Chelsea the following season, then get relegated with Chelsea the season after.
Yeah, exactly. Big up, Drew. Hope you're keeping well, mate. Big up to the regulars as well. Yeah, absolutely. Even Drew, they're all saying each other. Big up to Daniel E. How you keeping well, Dan? Southgate Man United announcement going to be sweet in the summer. You mentioned that. And also, we'll have the last picture of Hot Fuzz 44 with a reef around
the official comunicado for Man United's channel. Just for Hot Fuzz's channel.
You can see it on Fuzzy's channel, can't you, now when Southgate takes over and he wins his first few games.
Breaking news, Jim White announces with his yellow tie. Hot Fuzz 44 has cancelled his YouTube channel. This comes as a response to the appointment of Gareth Southgate.
Wow, you imagine that. Joan saying there's rumours of City's injuries. I want to play them at full strength. End off. This is true. And here it comes. Well, the straw chewing gooner, the driver tractor.
I like that. I like that. I like that. Wow, I wish I would do that.
That has definitely just been made now.
That could be a title of a new show, couldn't it?
Oh, you
Straw
imagine it.
chewing
Gooner.
tractor gooner.
That's your new channel name. That's your new channel name.
It's done. It's out there. Well done.
What you got to go do, mate? You've got to go down one of the old farmers' fields and then get yourself a bit of straw and that. And there'll be a picture of you in that with straw out you hanging out your mouth. Roar.
With a hat on.
Exactly.
Roar.
Big up to the disabled team. Good evening, everyone. Hope you're keeping well. Don't forget to go to this channel as well. Great content, great people.
Big ups.
This Joe prick isn't good enough. Lee's off that. See you soon, lads. I've emailed Tony Vetsy. Yeah, I've indeed, mate. Replied back to you on that. And yeah, we look forward to doing some content with you as well, Lee. Be looking forward to that one. Big up Noel Kane. Hope you're keeping well. They're just saying hello to each other. So obviously, Sunday, I don't know if you already saw it. VAR and West Ham. History being made. 5 minutes and 30 odd seconds to make a decision about was it or wasn't it handball.
The joke thing. I can't believe how it makes. When you see something and the people up in the box are doing VAR, I'm surely if you cannot come up with a simple decision within, let's say, 30 seconds, right, then you don't belong in the game. I'm sorry, you do not belong in the game. You cannot read the game. Why are we... I'm just fed up with VAR now, too. It hasn't done anything.
Big up to Jeff and the Bowling Lounge. Again, another one. Make sure you go over to his channel. Same with Budgie with the Green Street Elites. Go over to this guy's channel as well and give him some love and support. Same as Budgie as well and all the others. Welcome, mate. Hope you're keeping well. And our good old friend from Lexington, Kentucky. How we doing, Lawrence? Hope you're keeping well. Good evening from us to you as well. Yeah, mate. I mean, this VAR thing and that. I mean, I think we could just do a whole show on that. I mean, it's just
it's just
do a weekly show on it.
I think you could do a whole season show on it. To be honest with you, but I just find it. The quicker it leaves the game, the better.
Enjoy it, Jeff.
I really hate it, VAR. I don't like it. I don't rate it. It ruins the game. It takes so many bloody amount of minutes to, come up with a decision. Everybody's moaning on the pitch. Do you know what I mean? When it goes to VAR, I'm not being funny. Does it really? And it says as well, it helps the referees. If anything, sometimes people sleep the referees and VAR. I just feel that it's just ruined a beautiful game that we love called football, and I think it should go back to the referee's decision at the end of the day. The best thing that they ever brought in that game was goal line technology, whether the ball was past the line or not. That was the best thing they ever brought in, and that'd be the only thing that the best thing that they're bringing is just that alone. VAR, scrap it. It works in rugby. It don't work in football. I'm sorry, and I'm glad about all this. What we've been hearing as well, blue cards. Apparently, that's not coming in now in the Premier League. I think it's coming in the lower leagues.
Lower leagues, isn't it? Yeah, the lower leagues.
Yeah. So I'm glad for that, but it's not the Premier League. But I just feel for I feel sorry for the teams in the lower league as well. You're still changing. Don't make a difference whether you're playing Championship, League 1 or League 2. It's still football to me at the end of the day. And why you want to keep changing it and all this and that is absolutely rubbish. Your players getting sin binned. Oh, well, I just got a blue card. Oh, it don't matter. He's back on in 5 minutes. Oh, he's back on in 2 minutes. Oh, he's got about 30 seconds left, but I'm going off now because I've had a blue card. No,
You're talking about Sunday League. That is Sunday League level proper.
Yeah,
Sunday
well,
League.
it is though, isn't it? You just might as well look at it that way.
The absolute carnage.
It's rubbish.
It's like a revolve. It's like the touchline's a revolving door.
But the funny part
going on and off the pitch all the time.
it is what I mean. I know when because obviously I'm involved in that sort of thing. I remember when it first came in, and the clubs were kicking off like nobody's business. How's that fair? You know, there's us. We struggle to get a team out each week, and yet you're the team that's top of the table, and that their top goal scorer can get a knock on the ankle, and that 5 minutes later he's back on again, and he's bagging an hat trick.
Yeah,
it's one of those, you know. But the thing is, though, Anthony, with that, you got normally you find with these things, even though it's not coming into the Premier League at the moment, no doubt it's gone down to the lower leagues to see how much it works. So don't say it's not going to disappear. You know, there's a chance if it works well there, are they going to fill it up that way? That's the other question.
If they fill that up to the Premier League thing, my question is this: if it does eventually, if it works well, I'm not saying if it works well, but if they think it works all right, and then it comes to the Premier League, are they going to bring that actually in the teams that in the European games as well?
That's the thing, isn't it? Where does it start? Where does it start, and when does it end? That's the problem. I mean, I heard this morning on the way into work, it's showing, you know, they're talking about with rugby, 20 minutes being out.
Cool.
So, sorry, it was a case of 20 minutes, player being sent off, the player can't come back on, but you can then bring a substitute on after the 20 minutes.
What's the point in that? I mean, you could be so many points down within that 20 minutes because it's like what I said, anything can happen in football and anything can happen in rugby. So, do you know what I mean?
You imagine if you look at Man United, West Ham, and obviously Arsenal, you imagine, for us, obviously, Paqueta, Bowen, kudos for you guys, Rice, Odegaard, Saka, Martinelli, Fernandez, Trashford, Mainu, they get themselves sent off. They've got to sit out for 20 minutes. And then the manager's got to look at the. It's true.
Take Fernandez or Rashford off, you might actually improve the team.
Yeah. We're actually winning the game. But then it's a case of I can't bring that player back on now. That's it. He's off.
No.
I've got to wait 20 minutes, so we've got to play 10 men for 20 minutes before I can bring a sub on.
Yeah. Oh, I know what you're saying, Tim. I mean, I think it's stupid. I mean, anything can happen. Do you know what I mean? And I can't see the point in that, because just imagine if that you were sent off in the 70th minute, the 20 minutes, that's the 90, and then you're going to come on for the what? You're going to bring a sub on for the last 5 minutes of the game, if that's injury time. Well, what's the point? Do you know what I mean? What's 5 minutes going to do?
The thing. But you imagine though, because fuck me, Everton would be fucked with Pickford. he gets sent off, and then in this case, we've got no keeper.
Yeah,
goals galore.
Yeah, goals galore. It's actually just pinged up on my phone. It said that it says here Gareth Southgate could be named the new Manchester United manager after obviously after the campaign. It's saying here also his number one job is this thing. Oh, he's going to offer Scott McTominay a contract.
No, it isn't.
Buzz, what's your thought of that? He's going to offer a contract. Come up on my phone, ping up on my phone. So you're going to get Southgate in, and the first player he offers a contract to is Scott McTominay.
Then Harry Maguire follows. He signs Sean Longstaff. He signs a load of other bums. Peter Crouch comes out of retirement, and Gary Neville's playing at right back again.
Oh,
the good old days.
The good old days.
Good old days when Man United go back to bloody League 2 or something. Yeah.
And at the end of that, Johnny Evans celebrates his 65th birthday.
And we'd still be starting them.
Good evening, Jack Ramsey. How are we keeping, Jack? Hope you're well. Hiring Southgate to sell Nike waistcoats.
Mate, if that's the case, the Glazers will definitely back that, because they just see money.
It's a money earner.
Yeah. Money maker.
Yeah.
Saying, go on, Southgate, get yourself down to Old Trafford.
Yeah, we're all loving it now. But do you know what, Fuzz? I think if he does, obviously, it does look like he's coming. When you actually do your shows on the stream, I think you all get yourself a waistcoat. Seriously. Get yourself a waistcoat. Get on the stream. You know.
Hold on, he's going to go and do it. While he's doing that, I mean, I go back to the West Ham game. Did you see, the VAR decision and how much they kept looking at the same thing? And you can clearly see Souček move his arm forward when he's on the floor. So why did it take him over nearly 5.5 minutes to make a decision?
Exactly, Tim. I don't know what it is. It's the people that's up there controlling it, and they're watching it. And how many times that you cannot see whether it's a blatant decision, you can see it straight away, or if you need to play it through again and make a second or a third time. This is what I'm saying. You've got to come up with a decision within the first 30 seconds after watching that. If you can't come up with a decision within 30 seconds, then it has an impact on the game. Then you've got your injury time added on, right? So if you're playing, if you've got 5 minutes of injury time added on to the end of the game, now we know that, hang on, it's 95. We've now just gone into the 98th minute of the game. Well, what's going on? Because these referees aren't blowing up on the 95th minute. They're playing extra. So this is where we get confused. And you see managers on the touchline giving it this and, what's going on here? And that. So... do you know what I mean? It impacts the game, and it's frustrating for the players, the manager, and also the fans as well. So I just feel you've got to come to a quick decision. But please, if they're doing it, please make it the right decision within the first 30 seconds. That's all I ask.
Yeah, because even I think
the
pundits are pulling.
It's freaking small.
But there you go. He's there.
You can change your name now. You change your name. Hot Fuzz Southgate 44.
I mean, even the pundits were pulling their hair over it as well, basically, because it's like, what the hell's going on? And then you think prior to that, I think even Antonio got a goal ruled out for the so-called handball. Rightly or wrongly, you could say is another thing.
Yeah, that's right. But it's like against you two, that ball was definitely out.
You know what I mean?
Nothing wrong with that. You knew it was.
Nothing wrong with that at all. I wouldn't take him as our manager and he played for us. Yeah, that's true. Budgie's saying, how can they justify changing one of the oldest rules of the game? Player sent off, end of story. Being allowed to sub after a sending off is like stirring a stagnant pond with your dick. Well, if it was Anthony in that, he's got to lie in the pond to do that first, Budgie, unfortunately. Poor old sod.
I make raw pools.
That's you farting, mate. Don't worry about that. Jack says, our manager has better credentials than most in the league. Europa League winner with Frankfurt and got Frankfurt through their Champions League group with Spurs and Master. Yeah, it's true. It is true.
Yeah.
We could have won all these 3 games. Battered Burnley 3-0, was 1 up away at Spurs. Defensive errors cost us, and battered Luton again, let a late goal. So many more. Yeah, it's looking good with Palace with the new manager. Glasgow, it looks pretty good. Fuzzgate, there you go. That's your new name. Yeah,
Fuzzgate.
Hot Fuzzgate 44.
Hot Fuzzgate.
Well, I have changed my name.
Well, what you're going to do in this show next. It's going to be in the comments, isn't it?
Exactly.
Well, I do need to do a show about the potential Armageddon that's about to ensue at Man United. Yeah, I've got to jump on the bandwagon with every other United fan, because everybody else is screaming the same thing. Like, don't do it. Stay as far away from this guy as possible. And I will wear this as propaganda. I will create propaganda tools. I'll start national movements. Like socialist reform.
You can just see it now, Anthony, can't you? His new thumbnails in there are going to have a picture of thumbnail with a big red line going through it, basically. No.
Yeah. Or it could be a picture of Southgate and Fuzzy with both of their pics.
Mate, my thumbnail's going to turn into like billboards in Russia.
Yeah.
spewing all sorts of indoctrination, anti-Southgate indoctrination.
Wow.
Yeah.
Drew's asking you, Fuzzy, what does the 44 stand for?
Completely random number that just stuck with my username, and it's come with me ever since. Literally, there is zero meaning behind it.
I'd understand if it was 42. I'd understand that one because obviously that's the reference to Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. The ultimate question: what is the answer? 42.
True that.
That's-
I when there's a will, there's a way. You know, it sort of falls in a similar category as the answer to the question of what is the meaning to life, the universe, and everything.
Exactly. 42.
Precisely that.
Fuzz has the same credentials as Southgate. Sorry, I mean Scrubgate. How waste a coat as the England job.
That's true. He has won the same amount in football but I think at least in first team football as I have. I don't even have a license to manage.
It's true. As Drew's saying, so there's another 43 hot fuzzies behind you, before you, cloned.
I store their skins, and I store their skins in the wardrobes behind me, and I use their bodies for insulation.
That's how the El Piano gets muffled.
That's how I stay warm in the winters.
Oh, mate.
This waistcoat though is way too small. Like
all you need, Bud, is a bloody guitar. You at the bee's knees then. That was a bit
Tell you
dodgy.
what.
I was doing that, wasn't it? Yeah.
If I give myself the prime Tony cut there and wear these, people start calling me the fat Spanish waiter.
Got surprised with England Brazil tickets today from partner. Way, well done, Pepsi. That's good, Pepsi pack. Welcome into the channel as well for both. So yeah, well done.
Big ups, Pepsi.
Yeah, good. But of course, we've now got this bloody international break. So United's new manager's he's got a couple of games to go. You know, to show his new owners what he's going to be like.
Look out for it. If Sir Jim Ratcliffe or anybody else from the Ineos team turns up at Wembley, that will be the sign. The official moment of calling to arms.
Yeah, I'm not keen on these international. I think it's the Premier League. Let the Premier League go. There's 10 games left. We should have played the 10 games. Got the Europa League, Champions League, and FA Cup final out the way. Then start focus on the internationals. Bring up a few friendlies and that sort of thing. The only reason why I'm happy about the friend. Well, I'm not really happy about the friendlies, but I've heard good news. Obviously with the friendlies and all that coming up from the international, yeah. Haaland is injured, so he got injured in warm up in training. So we have Man City on the 31st. I don't know if he's going to feature in that game, but it's something that I've read. He's 50-50 whether he's going to be in the game against Arsenal. So but then again, we do have a certain that we've got to play up against. Kevin De Bruyne, to me, since he's come back from injury, I don't really think the best job that he's done was obviously in the FA Cup game against Luton, was assisting 4 goals out of Haaland's 5. You know what I mean? So that's the only thing to me that Kevin De Bruyne has actually done. So whether they're going to be on their A game for that, but they're more likely are. I mean, they're going to play Alvarez up front. If he is injured, but anything can happen. But it's like what I said. I just think that. I mean, there is some good light at the end of the sun. Let's just say that for us Arsenal fans. If Haaland is out injured for that game, which I did read, he did walk off with I think it was some sort of, I think it's his knee again or something. But the trouble is though, when Haaland was playing over in Germany for Borussia Dortmund, the majority of his injuries weren't through tackling; it was through muscle injury. Hence the size of him. and all that, and he's always got a weak knee, and it's the same knee that keeps giving him the same injury keeps creeping up every now and then. So I mean, I spoke to it. I mean, even Tony Claude he's pulled that information out as well, and actually said that on one of his shows that I was on, and obviously I knew that as well. So that was something that we obviously both agreed on, that does happen to Haaland basically. So, but yeah, I mean, do I feel sorry for Haaland? I do to a certain extent, but I hope that you're not going to be playing against us. I don't mean that in a nasty way, of course. I will get that out there, but but it's like what I said. Everybody's got injuries. I mean, we got injuries to Saliba at the back, so we're missing a vital player. If Haaland's injured, they're missing their vital player as well.
Yeah,
so
it's true.
there's no excuse on the game at all in one way.
No.
And I tell you what, Fuzz, that chocolate milk that does need a bit more whipping to me. I'm sorry.
Bit flat.
A bit flat.
Just obviously say that though. Fuzz, Potter was at Arsenal versus Palace. It didn't happen. Don't lose the hope. Be a fan. Gareth is the man. Just kidding.
It's bad when your own mother, who doesn't like football, when I explain why I'm wearing a waistcoat, even she's laughing at me now.
That says it all.
Is it?
What do you think of the new England shirts? Yeah, Fuzzy's mum. Yeah. What do you think of the new England shirts? I'm probably going to buy the away kit.
Your wee one looks nice.
Same as every other year now.
Yeah, every other year. I like the England kits, but unfortunately, it's like the price you actually pay for them. I mean, at club level, whether you support, obviously, you go in Sports Direct, you've got a West Ham, Man United, or Arsenal. You're talking now at least 80 quid for a top. And then with England, you're talking anywhere between 80 quid to 100 quid now for a top, because obviously it's international. So, do you know what I mean? I wouldn't pay money for it. I seriously, I just wouldn't. I'd rather. I don't know whether I see this on the show, team, but I'd rather buy a cheap what do you call copy?
Knockoff. A knockoff.
A knockoff.
Just buy a white T-shirt, plain white T-shirt, and just draw with some marker pens, like 3 lion symbol, and a little badge thing in the corner. There you go. There's an England shirt for you.
Exactly. I mean, Drew's saying, what's the point of the upcoming international games? They're just friendlies games anyway. And this is the thing, and they're nothing, really. They are really nothing. I mean, don't get me wrong. We need to, if we're going to keep up with the mix, doesn't really matter, really, if we do or not. But we do need to kind of do these international. But, well, I don't know.
Do you know what, Shane? On the channel that I'm on, the Football United TV, they did a show last night on the England and Brazil friendly. So they were doing like a preview before the show. And I got asked, do you fancy coming on the show? My reply back was, fuck off.
It's true.
I just find it pointless. Seriously, I got nothing really good to say about it. About if it was a qualification, a qualifier to do, I get it, but it's not. What's that?
A cheap lady, Anthony means.
A cheap lady, Anthony. Oh, yeah, definitely. Listen, if you can get a woman pissed today on 20 quid, I'm happy. And it's cheap.
And it's cheap as well for that.
Yeah.
As Jack said, he'd rather spend 100 quid and buy a Euro 96 replica.
Yeah, true.
Yeah,
they're coming up in prices now.
I'd say they look, absolutely. They look a bit more classy as well, don't they? That's for sure. Yeah, there's a certain company you can go to, and then you can get, some fairly decent replica kits that look just like the real stuff.
Yeah. No, it's right. It's true. Yeah, we're actually we're actually sponsored by one. Our channel, Galaxy Kits, is called.
Yes.
And but yeah, it's they do from today going back seasons, and obviously retro kits pretty much all around the world. I did type in, all fairness, we did have early doors on, and we typed in West Ham, and I think it was just a fucking hack loving scarf that come up, but there was no top. So no, there was a top. So you was there. We bought it up, but I got to be honest with you. Every top that we bought up of West Ham, I'm not taking the mick when I see this, because I did actually say this on the stream, and you laughed and you went, "Actually, Anthony, you got a point." Those were the tops that you played in when you was in the Premier League, and you got relegated.
Yeah.
Remember? Yeah, it's true. Honestly.
Yeah. Same to nostalgia. This is
And
the
now
shirt I used to wear when I got relegated with the team.
Yeah. Where's it to now? It's in the fucking bin. Long gone.
Yeah,
I ran out of wood, so I started using my crappy kits that I no longer wear.
You know, England '82 kit, best ever. That's true. I mean, funny you saying that. I mean, like, I know when I first started doing the adult team, my football team Sunday, basically, no, so it was the under 15s team. When I took over, and that I actually kind of had a kit made for the players, and once we moved up into adults, and this was I'm talking about from the under 15s, we went obviously then there was another 5-6 years went past. One of the players still had the shorts from the under 15s. These things looked like they were spray painted on, and he wore them for
tight, were they?
tight. Jeez. Jesus Christ!
Do you remember that going back in like this, like the 80s, and the shorts was like they literally just come down. Well, basically, it just covers your bloody manhood sort of thing. Do you know what I mean? And they were tight.
Yeah.
But no, I remember that when you used to watch that on football. You said, bloody hell, can he have bigger shorts?
Used to just cover you, just went past your bollocks kind of thing, and that
Past your bollocks, yeah. I think it was one of them that was hanging out. Might have been Peter Beardsley's or something. I can't remember, but.
Checks out. I love the '94 failure kit, the away one with the blue, even though. Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
Them shorts must have been squeaking, Jack. I mean, it was. Yeah, I think you had to be careful if you kick too hard on that, because I think if you look, he would have castrated himself there and then.
Oh, bloody hell, yeah.
As you said, must have needed some button WD-40 to get him off. They were. Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, it's finding a niche now, isn't it? While we've got this break, what channels are going to do with themselves?
Yeah, it's going to be an hard one. I mean, obviously, it's like with this show, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Obviously, if we're going to do a show next week, you're trying to think about what you're going to be talking about. We'll most probably be talking about obviously the England and Brazil game, and I think it's Belgium after, isn't it? Yeah. So I know the Brazil game is on Saturday. Is the Belgium game, is that actually on Wednesday when we're live? I'm not too sure. I'm not, because apparently it's 11 days now, isn't it? Without it, so.
Well, the Brazil game's on the Saturday, so usually about 4 or 5 days apart.
1, 2, 3. Yes, that'd be Wednesday then if it's 4 days.
No, we play England on the Tuesday. We play Belgium.
Play England.
Yeah. Well, we've got to do that, haven't we? Probably the only way we're actually winning the game. No, we play Belgium on Tuesday.
Oh, so is it? Yeah, so that may probably be 2 games that obviously we can most probably talk about in next week's show.
Yeah.
And I don't know, and most probably the upcoming games of our clubs. So,
It's home, Jack. We're at home for that one. Belgium. Yeah.
The next 4 friendly games are at home.
Wembley. Yeah.
Because we've got 2 after the season's pretty much finished on the 3rd and the 7th of June.
Yeah, that's true.
Bosnia and Iceland.
Interesting article I saw earlier today. I don't know if you saw it yourself, Fuzzy, in there, and it was showing Sir Alex Ferguson and what he classed as his top class players, and Beckham didn't even feature by all accounts.
Or I think it might be. Fuzzy might know more than me, but I think with that, I think what comes to mind is when he hit that thing and it hit Beckham. Do you remember? I don't know whether it was a boot or something, but I feel that
It was a boot, wasn't it? It was a football boot.
yeah, yeah. And I watched the Beckham documentary that he did, and I don't think what it was. I think with Sir Alex Ferguson, knowing that obviously Beckham was obviously with married to Posh Spice, there was things that he was doing and earning money as well, obviously apart from the football side of things. And I think Fergie was thinking that he was getting too much and a little bit out of hand. So I think that's the reason the part why they decided to part ways, and obviously with Beckham going to Real Madrid. But that I'm just saying what Beckham said in his documentary. So I just personally think that that's it. I don't know whether Fuzzy got anything to say on that, but or add anything else onto it. I'm not too sure. But
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really know with Ferguson, because I know that there's certain players that he used to manage that he's relatively close to, and others that he's a little bit more distant to. And I think it's one of those surprise perceptions on players as well, where usually us as fans, we normally look at like our top tens, and in most cases our top tens would be relatively similar, similar players in mind. But then you have other people such as ex-managers and other legends in the games, and you ask them, what's your top 10 or best 10 of all time, and that will probably bring out all sorts of different random names. So you look at what other people do in the Ballon d'Or, their votings there, and you see how they choose the votings. Fans know who they'd vote for Ballon d'Or in their top threes, top fives, top tens and all, but these players, when they vote each other, they come out with all sorts of wacky things. Other media outlets as well. I mean, sometimes you see when they vote, they've got some wacky perceptions on who was good and who wasn't. I think there's one. I think it's like Sergeant Ratcliffe saying the best player for Man United of all time was Cristiano Ronaldo. He was around during the days of Georgie Best, and people in that in those times. So he's seen plenty of the greatest of all times, playing in the Premier League, but also at Manchester United. So I think it's probably a little bit just down to what it is when it comes to David Beckham not being within the top. Within top 10. Was it top 10? You said that he.
I think it's top 10 or top.
You got a list there, Tim, of the players, or something?
No, I'll have to try and find the article in there, because be interested what is. Let's see if we can truly find it.
Yeah.
Do you want to read that one that Jack says, and I'll try and look for the thing itself.
Go on, then, Fuzz.
Okay. How is it fair that Germany have hosted a World Cup twice and now Euros? We've never had a World Cup since '66, and the Euro final was here only because of COVID. I mean, I don't know how the voting for getting the rights to hosting these tournaments really works, because it's like we see with Qatar, for example, you can buy your way in to getting the rights to hosting a tournament. Outside of that, what are the diplomatics surrounding that sort of decision? Like who gives the green light on it? Who backs a decision?
Yeah, true. Yeah, I don't understand. I mean, don't get me wrong. I know, like through the bad times, obviously through COVID, and it was great to have, a final at a good stadium, because it was all around different European stadiums as well. But I mean, yeah, I understand that, Jack. I mean, obviously, I don't know whether people's got their certain favourites of like certain countries of where they want to go to, but it'd be actually nice if England could actually host at least one more World Cup, over here, and especially when I look at it. I mean, I don't know how old Fuzzy is, but it'd be nice to actually see at least one World Cup in England in our lifetime. So that's all I'm going to say on that.
I mean, as Jack says, it's all corrupt. UEFA, FIFA, FA, all of them. We know that. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously they all look after each other, and that's why obviously likes of England don't get much. And for Uncle Rods, big up lads. So you keeping it well, Uncle. I've been well. So apparently, going back to the article, it seems to be. So Alex is kind of says, I don't mean to demean or criticise any of the great or very good footballers who played for me during my 26-year career at United, but there are only 4 who are world class. And he put that down as being Cantona, Giggs, Ronaldo, and Scholes.
I agree with that, but in all fairness, there's I know one person that won't be in that list. Is obviously with David Beckham, and that'd be Roy Keane. But I mean, for the amount of trophies that he's won, and to be a captain of Manchester United, and do you know what I'm saying in that? Because Roy Keane was one of the guys that was a really good captain. He stood out. He actually, I watched like documentaries and football series on it, and he's even actually said it as well when he's actually, obviously being a punter on the football, and he's actually said, every season comes, your dressing room changes, like obviously with new players coming in and with your other players going out, and he said, and try and captain them, and that, and he knew towards the end of his his playing career at Man United, let's say. He said he wasn't really enjoying it. He said because all the young ones, he said they were always on their phones. They weren't really listening to the manager speak at half time or full time, this, that, and the other. But I mean, I think if there's anybody that should be mentioned in that, to me, it would both be Beckham and Roy Keane. I mean, to be honest with you, why not Steve Bruce? I mean, that's another player you can actually look to. He captained Man United and won a certain amount of trophies at Man United, and also with the standard of what he captained and all the trophies he won. Here's a question for you: why was Steve Bruce? Why did he never get one cap for England? One cap. It is wrong. I was actually surprised when I actually found that out.
Yeah, because you think he was part of that United team that won so many trophies, etc. I mean, that's an interesting fact. But then with how many other players have we seen that where full well for club they literally rip up trees yet and they don't get picked for their England or their national team. And it's not just England. I'm sure there's a few others as well, isn't there? Really?
Yeah.
But that's quite an amazing fact when you think about that, considering what Brucey had done as a player. Because he was actually he's had a break, hasn't he? As a manager, he's had a little break at the moment, and he is looking to get back into the game.
Yeah.
Just to answer Jack Ramsey's comment as well with the Ferguson and Roy Keane being so distant, what would happen is either one or the other will be trying to fly in to where the other one is, but they'll have rocket launchers out trying to shoot the plane down before it gets in.
Yeah, I think you've got two stubborn people there, which is rightly so. Each their own. But I feel that Roy Keane feels like he needs to have an apology off of Sir Alex, and Sir Alex most probably feels like he needs an apology off of Roy Keane. But it's one of those moments which I feel they're both stubborn, and unfortunately they're not going to be able to. I don't think they're ever going to apologise. And it's a shame, really, because
Battle of the Hotheads, isn't it? Basically, Battle of the Hotheads. Peter Schmeichel was world class. There's no two ways about it. He was world class. But in saying that, always used to make me laugh. Every time you knew United at a corner between Steve Bruce and Schmeichel on that, there was always going to be some calamity going on when a goal past the pair of them. That was always funny to watch. That was always class. Was Brian Robertson on there? No, he didn't mention him. Did he mention them at
You
all?
know
Is
what?
he mentioned them 4 players as being world class.
Yeah, Brian Robson. I tell you what, Tony's actually got another a show on here, and it's called Spotlight, Mr. B, and I think Mr. B actually did say that Brian Robson was his favorite player. I mean, with anything with broken arms and God knows what else, he literally just went out there and played a game of football to the best of his ability, carrying all these nasty injuries.
Yeah.
And he's done that. Unfortunately, we know that nasty injury he had when he was playing for England. He was all like the 1990 World Cup, you know. So, but yeah, that was a shame. That was to me, that was the best England team I watched, because my first World Cup was '86 was my first World Cup I saw, and then obviously 1990. And in that 1990 team, I felt that we could have won that World Cup. We could have won it.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, it's a good shout from Jack on this one. I mean, Wilfried Zaha deserved more England cap call-ups than he got, and that's why he obviously went for play for like Antonio. He went and played for Jamaica because he wasn't getting a look in. And there's many players.
Sure,
we
played
mentioned
under
one
Ferguson.
today. We mentioned one today. Ryan Giggs.
Yeah,
he could have played for England, but he didn't want to because he felt that his football would be criticised to an extent, and that was most probably why he went to play for Wales. But when he was younger, he actually played for England schoolboys, Ryan Giggs.
Exactly. Yeah.
So
yeah, that's it. You could have so many players that was underrated.
Yeah, I mean it's the same with Declan Rice. Jack Grealish. They were both playing for the Republic of Ireland under 21 or something like that.
Yeah.
And they come out of there and went, straight into England.
Exactly. I mean, look, Pepsi say nearly 30 years anniversary of Coming You Red song. It was at number 1 in the charts.
Oh, with Status Quo.
Cool. Yeah.
Do you know something? I'm actually sad. I'm not a Man United fan. I'm an Arsenal fan. And do you know what? I can actually. I think I know pretty much 90% of the words in that song. That's sad, isn't it? That is really sad. Schmeichel, Parker, Pallister, we really carbonates. I'm not a United fan. Sorry, Buzz, I can't go there. I'm surprised you don't have. Do you know that song, Buzz?
Pretty sure I do. Yeah, it's the one that's spaced off of Status Quo's "Burning Bridges" song, isn't it?
You can just see it now. Fuzzy and Southgate in the old pub singing that song together now, can't you?
I'll tell you what.
Tim's pissed up in the corner on that picture of Tim, isn't it? With his eyebrows.
This would happen, right? I'll be down the pub singing that chart with Gareth Southgate after Man United have won the Premier League or Champions League with Gareth Southgate in charge, and after everybody else on the YouTube sphere that doesn't support Man United has deleted their channels in absolute disbelief that Gareth Southgate's just managed.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
It's all a pipe dream, though, isn't it?
The Fuzzmaster returns when all the other channels are gone. Evening, obviously, always.
I'll have to act as cleanup crew for the for the lost subscribers.
It'll be like the old Highlander, Fuzzy. There can only be one.
Definitely be one. Yeah.
Big up, obviously, always. Tony Anthony, Hot Fuzz. Big up the Three Musketeers.
Big up
yeah, bloody hell. Yeah, and this is a great one as well. Matt Letizia deserved more call-ups by miles.
He did. I'm just going to do a little brief on that, Matt Letizia. Do you know what, Matt Letizia? I'll tell you something. In my life of Matt Letizia, watching him, I've never known an absolute lazy player in all my life. But as soon as he got that ball, wow, magic happened on the pitch.
That's
all his goals. I mean, he missed one penalty. The only goalkeeper to save his penalty was Mark Crosley from Nottingham Forest, and that was it. But I understand what he said. He should have. But the trouble is, though, you go back to that time, there were so many players there. And being an England manager, you can only pick so many players. I mean, you had the likes of, Ian Wright, Les Ferdinand was there. The list is like Barnesy was there playing John
Yeah,
Barnes.
yeah.
They were all greats, but unfortunately, some players they just couldn't make it into that England team, which is a shame, really, because we could have most probably have gelled another good team there, sort of thing.
The Whaling Waistcoats.
That's my stage act with Gareth Southgate.
Okay. And
Move
obviously
out of the
saying
way, mamas and papas.
Yeah.
yeah.
I think
Me
that's
and
Stone Cold Steve Austin's
imagine
thing, isn't
it. Me and Southgate have got a brand new bag.
Yeah. What?
Southgate and Maguire link up for Nan United.
Yeah.
Grandchester United.
Question, Buzz. Can you obviously see why is Harry Maguire still being selected for England? Why?
Southgate, innit?
Someone's
nutshell.
in possession of someone else's nudes. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
Oh dear. The thought of that. I bet you chocolate milkshake just curdled while you just said that.
Oh, it did. God blimey. That's going to go down in lumps now.
Good thing I finished it now.
You pick three.
Glass is empty.
You pick three.
Yeah. Shearer over Ferdinand. Yeah. Bloody hell, what a partnership. Yeah.
What a partnership that was. Do you know something? I actually met Des Ferdinand.
Yeah, a nice fellow, isn't he?
Really nice guy. Really nice guy. It's because he opened up the five-a-side football pitches.
Okay.
And he was there, and I was chatting to him, and I think this was before, obviously, the mobile things were not invented. I think back then it was like the Nokia 3310s or 3310s or whatever you want to call it. So I could take a picture.
Indestructible phones.
Indestructible sort of bitches they were, weren't they? But yeah, honestly, really nice guy. Really nice guy.
Nuclear testing. Still worked perfectly fine.
Still going on. Yeah. Battery life for
number
5
keys,
years.
still typable, everything clicked.
Yeah. What are you doing, Fuzzy? I'm playing snakes. Don't interrupt
Snakes,
me.
you remember snakes, yeah. Well, do you remember the old Mercury 1-to-1 phones?
Vaguely, yes.
Yeah, so when they first came out, they're the kind of the big old thing. The battery was about the same size as the actual phone unit itself, and it had a little flip thing there, a little kind of plastic kind of area that came out. But the one thing they offered was free evening and weekend calls for life. And then when they was taken over, I think it was T-Mobile. They suddenly started giving you phone calls. We can offer you a better contract, and we can do this and the other, because they wanted you off that contract.
Yeah, and
they even offered big money, because I've still got two friends who've still got that Mercury 1-to-1 contract to this day, and they are still getting phone calls to get them to try and change it.
Bloody hell! Yeah.
I mean, Jack's come up with some good facts here. Andy Cole, 15 caps in 6 years. Southgate had his favourites. And this one is, this is the fine one, isn't it? How the bloody hell is Jordan Henderson getting called up?
Do you know what? It's news to me. I don't know. I really don't know. Obviously, we can all say a bit like Mikel Arteta got his favourites. Southgate probably got his.
Well, obviously, always just says that there. Yeah, he just copied you. Yeah, he just said it before.
Oh, right. Yeah. So that's it. That's the only thing I can think of. I looked at the England team and I've been thinking, bloody hell, what the hell is Anderson doing there?
I know. I'd be more worried if it came out in lumps.
Oh.
Same with Jordan Pickford. Yep.
Yeah.
Back then, the mobile phones were used to build houses and play snakes on. They definitely were.
Yeah.
17 likes. Hammer that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you very much, AFC. Always. And the old Blackberries never took off, did they? Blackberries, remember them?
Real keyboard.
No. It was that little stupid thing you had to rotate in the middle.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Oh, I had one. I thought, sod this. This is crap. And the screen was minute, wasn't it? You're there looking like you had to think about that process, see what you was putting, or if you had a message, what it actually said.
Yeah, secondary school was where that was literally the biggest trend.
Oh,
many people had them, and they had them out there just like, oh, look at me, just really obnoxiously, loudly clicking my BlackBerry buttons.
Yeah.
Shut up, I don't care.
Big up, Bargav. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you in here as well. Why you're not all excited for playing Brazil? I mean,
Because there's
obviously,
nothing on the line.
it'd be good to see Brazil. Don't get me wrong on that, but it's not exactly. It's a friendly. I mean, yeah, you know.
You all get them to put their score predictions in, thing. See what you think.
Maybe if the approach for both of the teams or all the teams in friendlies is not like all tactically based. You're not trying to go through with a game plan.
Pick up again, Dave.
You are literally just 11 professionals versus 11 professionals, best of the best from those countries, and literally just tell them, have as much fun and take as much of the piss as you want.
Yeah.
Seriously, that might actually be a way to get people invested because they get to see their favourite players literally doing whatever the bloody hell it is they want on a football pitch with no repercussions.
Absolutely. But you can tell Southgate will never do that.
No.
That's for sure.
This is World Cup final.
Oh, look at Drew there. Look, Nokia 3210.
Yeah.
What was the one that was used in the Matrix? Was that a 5510? At the old and it flip thing then, didn't they? Yeah, and everyone wanted that from that point onwards. Yeah, that's the one, isn't it?
Yeah, one of my mates, he had that in work. He went, "Oh, look, guys, look what I got." He was showing off with it, and everybody kept turning around and went, "Oh God, what a prick!" That was his nickname.
BlackBerry's good. The old Razor was a vibe. Yeah, that definitely was. Yeah, and then you had Samsung with a little kind of silver little phone with a little flip out thing.
That's right.
You had the screen on the front, and when you open up, then you had the actual main screen inside.
Yeah.
Why can't this team win the Euros? Because, you know, again, it comes down to that same old thing. We can smash it out the park in the friendlies, but when we actually kind of play competitive football, for some reason, we lose our bottle.
Yeah. Tune, I don't know if you knew this, but this is what I was always told. And when I was told this, I was always there to believe it. Apparently, do you know, like when you're playing you get paid for playing at club level, right? And then you get paid money playing for international levels as well. Apparently, the wages that the England player gets, apparently a certain percentage of that wage, are donated to all different charities.
Okay.
And I thought to myself, well, okay, yeah, fine, is for a good cause and all that, but I mean, I don't know if it's true. I mean, I've never ever Googled it and see if it was true or not, but I don't know. But maybe I don't know if it's got anything to maybe do with that sort of thing. Like, you know, the players are obviously not getting reasonably paid, that sort of thing. Like, you know, but if it is, you know, that's up
fair
to them.
play.
But,
yeah, fair play if that is the case, because at the end of the day, we know that they owe shitloads as it is anyway. So
yeah, that's right.
But it'd be interesting how much they actually give away, though, really, and that thing. I mean, I like that comment there from obviously BlackBerry. The letters were so small, so hard to type, you had sausage fingers. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
When you press one button, you press the entire keyboard.
Keyboard. And you always get that message back. What?
Yeah.
Fucking load of question marks. What?
Yeah. WTF is that?
Bargav saying Brazil preparing for Copa, England preparing for Euros, much more important than recognised. It's true. It is that. I mean, players from low leagues should get called up for international friendlies. Absolutely. Let's see what they can do. I mean, that's what I liked about when you think, when Peter Taylor took over before Sven took charge, he wasn't afraid to play the youngsters.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. I think if you remember correctly, in the old England team, do you remember Steve Bull? He used to play up front, but he went. I think he was a league lower, wasn't he? When he was playing for England, Steve Bull.
Yeah, he was at the time. Yeah, but that's a rarity these days, isn't it? It's a rarity. Yeah, that's supposed to be quite a good phone, isn't it? The old Galaxy S24.
Currently using the Galaxy S24. Yeah, mine's some Samsung Galaxy S20. I don't know if mine's a 23 or something like that, but I'm due an upgrade in August, so I think if that's a new one, I most probably might get that one. Well, that's two things I'm getting an upgrade now. One is my phone, and two is the missus, because she's 50 this year. So you know, I got
fucking hell.
I'm joking.
Next week we're going to see this wooden lump of 4x2 come around and smack him around the back of the head.
Yeah. What was that?
Yeah, because they've got a superb hearing it when it comes to comments like that.
It does, yeah.
Fair enough as it is. Yeah, absolutely, Jack. They do. Yeah, it's a brilliant idea with the charities. And yes, he was a fantastic player for Wolves, Steve Ball. So let's have a look.
I
What
just
was
had a
in
text
games?
message come up on my phone. I fucking heard that. It's been up on my phone. Shit. Sorry.
What we got? So let's have a quick. What we got there? Internationals. So what you're just saying about the friendlies, Anthony? You want us to do predictions for the?
But yeah, I mean, if anybody wants to join in and do a prediction,
Because I mean, blimey, there's a shitload of.
I mean, just pick out a few if you want. Top teams or something.
Well, let's go for the weekend one, like we normally do.
Yeah.
Saturday the 30th. Is that right? Oh yeah, I'm miles ahead. We've not even got there, have we? Sorry, Saturday the 23rd. Because I suddenly thought myself, why am I seeing internationals? Got some poxy head. Oh yeah, so you've got for internationals. These are actually internationals, though. Yeah, so the first one you've got is Argentina versus El Salvador.
Argentina versus El Salvador. I'll go. I'll keep it easy. I'll go. I'll say 4-0 Argentina.
Yeah, I'll probably go 3-0 Argentina.
Yeah, I'll go for the same score as you, Fuzzy, I must admit, on that one. They came in three sides like the other round says. Yeah, it's true. Yeah. We get them on account of Saka, Rashford, Foden, whoever plays the wing roles. 7-0 Argentina. Wow. Then you've got Peru versus Nicaragua.
Who?
Peru.
Yeah, I knew Peru, but who they got?
Nicaragua.
Fuck is that?
Nicaragua, is it like mid-Americas, I think.
Well, yeah.
It's like just south of Mexico.
Okay, I don't know. I'm gonna go.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Peru.
I'll probably say 2-1 Peru.
Yeah, I'll go with
same Jack.
same as me. I'm going to go with Jack score 2-0 Peru. I think Nicaragua. I mean, I'd be surprised if they even managed to turn up. Then you've got Zambia versus Zimbabwe.
2-2.
Had enough
1-1
for Peru. Look at that.
Yeah.
Zambia, Zimbabwe, yeah. 1-1.
2-2. Yeah, it's 1-1, 2-2.
Cool. Next one. Malawi versus Kenya.
Fucking hell. 0-0. Buzz, come in with the scores. Help us out.
Jeremy, yeah, look, we've got Holland next week. Oh, that'd be an interesting game.
Probably Kenya. I'll probably go with Kenya 2-1, maybe 3-1. I don't know if Victor Wanyama's still playing for Kenyan national team.
Yeah, I'm going to go for a 2-1 to Kenya. I'd say on that one. I'll be for Next game, Côte d'Ivoire or Ivory Coast versus Benin.
Ivory Coast, and they probably win that one. I'll be 3-1.
I'll go with the Ivory Coast. Maybe surprising 3-2. Ivory Coast.
Jack's saying 4-0 Ivory. I'm going to say 3-0 myself on that one. Then the Republic of Ireland versus Belgium.
Fucking hell. 9-0 Belgium.
Yeah.
Sorry, old school gunner.
Yeah, Dave, you're still hearing that. Don't worry about Anthony and that. He's been on the sauce.
Jamelia, Carl Rossi, unlucky mate. Yeah, I think that's probably good.
No, I'm joking. I think
5-1 Belgium.
Oh yeah, all right then. I'll do a more respectable line. Yeah, I'll say 4-1. Actually, no, I'm going to go 3-2 Belgium. I think the Irish can do something there. They'll lose it, but I think they'll give them a good game. That's what I'm going to say.
Yeah, Pepsi's saying 2-1. I'm going to go with a 3-1 Belgium myself. The next one then you've got is Slovakia versus Austria.
That'll be a closer game.
That'd be cool.
Ranić ball versus Slovakia. Probably, I'll go the 2-1 Austria.
I'm gonna go 2. I'm gonna go 2-1, but I'm gonna go the other way. Back up.
Well, I'm going to go 1-0 Slovakia.
Hmm?
I think it'll be, it's such a great game.
Yeah.
We have Skriniar at the centre back position. Who else will they have? We've got Lobotka. Their midfield. Yeah, I don't know anybody else there.
No, we're going in different countries. So obviously then there's us, England versus Brazil.
It's England
think-
outside of competition, so they get an instant buff. So I'll go 3-1 England.
Yeah, I was going to say 3. Actually, I'll change my. I'll go 2-1 England. I just feel that we've got more to offer in the midfield area than what Brazil's got.
He does still play, doesn't he, Alaba? Yeah. He's not giving up, and he ain't flogging a dead horse yet. That's for sure.
Marcel Spitzer as well.
Yeah, I agree with Drew. There's some dead teams in these friendlies. So what I've seen, you're not wrong there, mate.
Yeah,
you are not wrong there at all.
Actually, David Alaba, I think, is injured.
Okay, so that'd be interesting. 3-1 England. We will hit them on the counter. Yeah, I'm gonna say. I might be a little bit closer than that. I'm going to go for a 3-2 of England. I'm going to, and Pepsi saying 4-2 England. This is an interesting one because you've then got Denmark versus Switzerland.
Oh God! Do you know what? I think they played each other before.
2-2.
Well, I was good. Do you know what, Fuzz? You just copied me there. I was just literally 2-2 come up with my mind. I'm going to say. I'm going to go for a draw. I'm going to go 1-1 on that one.
Jack saying 2-0 Denmark. Yeah, 2-1 I'd say Denmark. 2-1 Denmark.
Rasmus Højlund will bang the goals in for the Danes.
It's found form.
The next RVP.
And yeah. And then this game, France versus Germany.
The French will surrender.
Well, they got to the final, didn't they? They got to the final that World Cup, lost obviously to Argentina. So, and then with Germans, in all fairness, you can't underestimate the Germans as well. Look,
Jacques Marcus class of the Swiss.
I'm gonna go for I'm gonna go. I reckon I'll say 1-0. I'm gonna go for a draw on that one. France versus Germany. I'll go 1-1.
I'll go 3-1 France.
Pepsi's going 5-0 France.
For some reason, Germany in international games, like they've got an ideal manager, but for some reason, you see the teams they put out, and they don't play as good as you expect them to. They never really quite live up to it, and I think it's just a common theme of them in the past years gone by. Yeah. It's like the disappointments in tournaments as well. They just go out so early.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a close one again. I'm going to go 2-1 France. I think France is just. I agree with what you were saying there, Fuzz. I mean, yeah, they don't seem to be the same. Drew's saying 3-0 to Deutschland.
Deutschland. Über alles.
And then the last one is Tunisia versus Croatia.
Oh, Croatia. 3.
3-0.
I'll go 3-1 Croatia.
3-1. Mm-hmm.
All right, 3-0.
3-0. I'm going to say 2-0. Jack's put here,
Luka
we beat the
Modric.
Germans in the Euros 2-0 with that
Class.
scrub Southgate in charge. Yeah, Jack, same as me, 2-0 Croatia. Sunday, we've got Ecuador versus Italy.
What day?
Sunday.
I thought you said Sunday.
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 You think Italy win, but Italy could qualify for the World Cup because they got beaten by North Macedonia. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
So, I would most probably say Italy. I'll go with respectable. I'll say 2-0 Italy.
2-1 Croatia.
It's
Jack saying
respectable. Yeah, I'll go like a 3-1. 3-1 Italy, I think.
Jack saying 4-1 Italy. Yeah, I think Italy's just got too much to offer than that one. So, yeah, 3-1.
Who do we think will win out of San Marino versus St. Kitts and Nevis? San Marino could get a win here.
Yes.
They could find a win finally.
Finally, after all this time, they've got a chance of actually getting a win out of it.
I feel sorry for them because they're sort of players. San Marino are like players like us. Who all down normal jobs.
Yeah.
And things like that. So, I mean, I can remember England beating them. Was it 9-0? Or something like that?
Well, somebody beat them 9-0. There's quite a few teams that beat them 9-0.
Yeah. I am here to both of them. So, I'm going to go. I'll give 1-0 San Marino.
2-0 Italy.
2-0.
If we knew the 2 post-winning goal, we'll have blinders for both sides.
They'll be delivering for 90 minutes.
90 minutes delivering the letters there. And then the last game on Sunday on the internationals, you've got, what a game. Guatemala versus Venezuela.
0-0.
Yeah.
1-0 Venezuela.
Yeah, 1-0, I think is the one. Is there any games on the Monday? Oh, blimey, they've got ones on the Monday as well, games. We've got a few games to go through here today. So Monday, we go with Monday's ones. Drew's gone, who?
Yeah.
Yeah, who? Shit. You're right what you're saying, Drew. Dead teams in here. Tanzania versus Mongolia.
Okay, now. 4-0 out of Mongolia, or whatever it is you want to call
Out
it.
of Mongolia.
2-0 Mongolia. Another Mongolian invasion. Empire of old.
You will not get past the elephants. They will smash through. Yeah.
They are 2 kings of the jungle.
I'm going to go the other way. I'm going to give it 1-0 to Tanzania. Got to feel kind for him. Got to feel kind for him.
Sympathy votes.
Yeah, of course, you've got to do. It's our 10th show. We've got to be sympathy to someone along the line.
Here's one for you. Madagascar versus the Arsenal shirt sleeve sponsor.
Arsenal shirt sleeve. Rwanda.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh. I'll have to go with Rwanda then. I'll go 2-1.
Might loan some of Arsenal's players.
Well, they can have Cedric if they want to, and Eddie Nketiah and God knows what.
All the ones he's trying to offload again.
Yeah.
Yeah, because then you've got Azerbaijan versus Bulgaria.
Bulgarians, I think, might take that one.
Yeah, I think Bulgaria will win that one.
I think if you look at some of these teams, they're so bloody dead. I'm just going to go on to our next game on the Tuesday because that's just dear me.
I'll go 2-0 Bulgaria.
Yeah, so look, I'm going to go to Tuesday's games because some of them teams in there, mate. Jesus Christ Almighty!
No
There's
offense,
some real-
Sweden.
Yeah, so you've got Denmark versus the Faroe Islands, Colombia, Romania, Ivory Coast versus Uruguay, Senegal, Benin, and of course we've got England versus Belgium.
Oh, I'm going to go for England and Belgium. You know what? Because it's just a friendly. It don't really mean
2-1.
anything either. I'm going to go 1-1 against Belgium.
2-1 England for me.
2-2 I'm going to go with. I think I'll go with 2-2 on that one. Yeah, same as Pepsi. He's agreed with me. Pepsi Pack 2-2. And then Holland versus Germany, Tuesday, isn't it? It is indeed, yep. Germany versus the Netherlands.
I think I'll be 2-1 Germany. Holland, another team that underperforms sometimes.
Do you know what? I'm going to go on the fence with this one. I'm going to go another draw. I'm going to say 2-2. I can't really split them two. I mean, sometimes you've got Holland that beats Germany and Germany beats Holland. So I'm going to go 2-2. I'm going to go straight down the middle.
Yeah, I think, yeah. I don't know. I think I'll go with fuzzy 2-1. I think that Germany will nick this one. Excuse me.
Do you reckon
Holland
Kai
3-1.
Havertz will score in that game?
Cool. Yeah, more than likely will do, mate. I think he will.
Trouble is, though, the last time he played for Germany, they actually played him left back, and he scored. You know that? In the last game of Germany, they played Kai Havertz at left back, and he scored a goal. Apparently,
2-1 Germany. Yeah, Deutschland. 2-1 for Drew as well. Next one. These are a bit more interesting games now for Tuesday. Scotland versus Northern Ireland.
5-0 Scotland. Scott McTominay 5 goals.
Oh yeah, I'm second. I second that. Actually, can I go 10-0? McTominay all 10.
McTominay all 10 goals. How are we doing, Jaminio? Good to see you in here. Hello, Tony, Hot Fuzz, Anthony, and the chat. Good to see you, Jaminio. I hope you're keeping well.
Yeah. Don't scroll back to when we predicted Ireland scorelines.
Pepsi Pack saying 3-2 Scotland. Drew saying 6-1 Scotland. Yeah, I think 3-1 for me, Scotland.
Yeah.
And then the next one,
fan accounts, man.
Republic of Ireland versus Switzerland.
Oh God! You know what? I think Switzerland. No, the first thing. What the hell were you doing? Oh God. Yeah, I'm gonna go. I think I'm gonna go 1-0 Switzerland. Laka, boom with the goal.
Shakalaka boom.
Shakalaka boom.
2-0 Switzerland, yeah.
3-0 Switzerland, yeah.
No, I said that San Marino might beat St. Kitts and Nevis. I think they're actually playing them today at the moment, and they're losing 3-1 to St. Kitts.
Wow. St. Kitts is strong.
At home.
Strong.
They went 1-0 up, though. They scored from the penalty spot. And
so
slowly but surely,
missing their
San
3
Marino
best
fan
defenders.
It's given up.
That just says it all.
Missing their 3 best defenders. Who is their 3 best defenders in Ireland? What's big name?
John O'Shea.
John O'Shea.
I knew somebody was going to sit around and say, I just might as well put Dennis Irwin and Steve Staunton in there, haven't we? And Paul McGrath and David O'Leary.
Still doing a job after all these years.
I just feel like, I think I mean, with Ireland, I think they got a better defence than. I think they're better from defence and then that midfield than that sort of striking up front, isn't they? They haven't really got that
Jeff
goal scorer.
Hendrick.
Chef Hendrick. Yeah, look, we've lost to Luxembourg, Armenia, Finland, Bulgaria, and countless others in the past few years. So I think we're losing. And he's actually put in, look, O'Shea is their interim currently.
Yeah, he is. He is, yeah.
And their best defender they've got for Pepsi Pack is Father Ted.
Now that I mentioned Jeff Hendrick, watch Juminho's next message would be probably a rant about Jeff Hendrick along with a load of other incompetent ballers that are mid-tier.
Duffy and Egan weren't called up and Liam Scales pulled out. Ooh, yeah. So that just shows it all.
Shane Duffy's injured.
Yeah.
I mean, you got France versus Chile. So I think France is winning that one again. I think that's going to be a 3-0 to France.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll see more than that. I reckon 4-0, 4-5 maybe.
I'd say 4-0. Either 4-0 or 4-1. Depends if Alexis Sanchez still plays for his country.
Yeah.
And Arturo Vidal. There you go. There's a message. There it is.
Jeff Hendrick, the same prick because he does air flicks every few seconds. It's even more annoying than Odegaard. Back pass merchant can't deal with him. Fuzzy had to poke the bear, didn't he? He had to poke the bloody bear.
Yeah. Well, Fuzz. I think it's that power of that waistcoat. He's changed him.
Yeah. France, Chile was spicy. Yeah, I'll definitely agree on that one. Yeah, it will be a spicy game.
Just needs to have the same effect on Man United if he takes a job. Then we'll actually be all right. That's not going to work really, but still.
Ramsey's still playing for Wales. Bloody hell. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Is it like every time Ramsey scores a goal that someone famous dies as well? Is that still a thing?
Do you know what? Do you know what? Do you know what? I actually read that. Seriously, I read that.
Wow.
It was genuinely a real thing for a while. Literally every time Ramsey scored for Arsenal on a match weekend, someone famous in the world literally died within like days afterwards. And you're like, why does this keep happening? Just bench Jack Ramsey. Just leave him there. Just leave him there. Don't let him on the pitch.
So you're saying inside Jack Ramsey's shoes, he's got the Black Occult logos emblazoned into the sole of his
Jack
boots.
Ramsey is the one in the chat. Aaron Ramsey is the footballer.
Well, it could be the other way around. You never know. You never know. And
you picked it now, can't you? Fuzzy pick out his team. Jack Ramsey. You do. I've seen it. Chat.
And the sad thing is the back pass merchant is actually one of their top 3 midfielders since Roy Keane retired. Wow, that says it all. And the last game I'm going to pick out for Tuesday is Spain versus Brazil.
That'll be a meaty game. I'll probably go 3-2 Brazil. I think.
Yeah, I think that'd probably be the game of the night, that one.
Yeah.
We're calling up some strikers who wouldn't even get a job as a part-time postman. If Troy Parrott plays another millisecond from my national team, I will cry. Well, Pepsi Pack's going with 2-0 Spain.
Yeah, I will see one.
Do we do Portugal, Slovenia?
No, I didn't mention that one actually. Yeah, so Portugal, Slovenia. What do you think of that one?
I think Ronaldo's still playing for Portugal. So, yeah, I was going to say I'll go with Fuzzy on that one. 3-0.
3-0, yeah. Juminho saying 3-2 to Brazil. It'd be a very close game if that's the case then. So yes, so brilliant.
I hope Fuzzy remembers all this, so on next week's show he can give us all the if we got the predictions right. We set up a little mini table. Yeah, play it back and go, yeah, I've done it.
Portugal cheat as they always do. Portugal 2-0 as well, he's saying. When is the Premier League back? Yeah, I believe it's the week after. I think it's the
End of
30th,
March, isn't it? 31st of March.
I think it's the 30th.
Leave so.
30th.
Let's have a look. 29th. Anything on the 29th? See if there's anything on a Friday night. No, there's nothing on the Friday. So Saturday is when it all returns back. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're away to Newcastle. Man United are away to Brentford. And on Sunday, it's your big game against Man City when you're away to Man City.
Cool. Wait, you want me to do a prediction for that one, do you?
Yeah, that's true, guys. VR the 30th, I believe. Easter weekend, Pepsi Packs are all confirming that. And Jeremy's saying, don't get me started on Portugal's national team. I despise those pricks almost as much as England. Love you guys, though. And it's true, Drew. Yep, 10 days of boredom. Yeah,
It
10
is.
days.
It's really going to be 10 days of boredom.
So,
So what is me, Fuzzy, and Tony? We're going to put ourselves. We're going to add ourselves out there to you lot, to all you streamers. If you're looking for anybody to come, to go on your shows, obviously send us a DM, a message, or maybe a phone call, and we'd be happy to oblige. Yeah.
I think next week, if we do a show next week and that, I think all our heads be upside down, just to kind of make it a little bit different. That's
Yeah.
for sure.
We're all edited to just look like we're asleep.
Yeah.
I'll just
International break special. That's the tagline.
Quick thing. Take a picture of Fuzzy now. You can put that. Just put him on there. Just put him on there with that waistcoat on. The good, the bad, and the waistcoat.
Go on, Fuzzy. Go back with that pop pose again, and I'll capture you.
Go on. Got him.
Captured 4K.
Yeah. Just for next week's show, we'll call it the good, the bad, and the waistcoat.
I'll tell you what. I'll see. What's his face making those accounts? Like you got the eyebrows merchant, got the tractor merchant, and you got the sleepy fuzzy merchant.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Jermaine was asking, any of you doing a watch along for the international games? Probably might yeah. I shall get some double-sided tape and stick my eyebrows up and my eyelids so I can be awake, and I might do some. I'll see if I've got the will to live and do one. We'll see if anything's good to do.
Yeah, that's right. I don't blame you saying. Me, I'm going to be sucking my own shit through a straw.
That's a new show for it.
Yeah, I don't want to put you off that chocolate milk, big fun. I'm sorry. I should have put that one through.
It just shows what these tractor boys do in their spare time, and all that shit.
Sucking manure through straws.
Did you read? No international breaks until June. Thank fuck for that. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And they're laughing at what you just said there. It's superb. And on that note, we're an hour and 48 minutes into the show itself. So, as always, for the chat that's been with us, that stayed with us for this period of time, thank you very much for that. For those who don't know, Budgie will be going over to West Ham Network to do the Old School Hammers. Him and Kieran, always good to watch them do with their little comments. And obviously, Kieran, as always, with his chorus of birds in the background. Brilliant way with words, as Drew's saying there. Got to go and join West Ham Network in 5 minutes. Yeah, just give you a shout out there as well, Budgie, as well. And while you can, Anthony, shout out your channel, please, mate, or the one you're on, shall I say?
Yeah, well, I'm on a channel called Football United TV, where I use a show called Gunners from All Corners. It's not going to be tomorrow because it's all international football. Also, I do the Premier League weekend show. That's not going to be on Sunday because it's all international football as well. Also, you can catch me on Hot Fuzz 44 channel, where I'm going to be holding up his waistcoat in the background, and and obviously on here on Tony's show on the good, the bad, and the ugly, and also on the Sunday night takeaway as well. we might be doing, I'm not too sure, but I'll have to confirm it. If Tony's free on Friday, there might be a Friday night takeaway on the Man United agenda. So, if
Cheers,
I'll
Jermaine,
find
yeah.
out, and if there is, I'll give you a heads up on that one soon as well.
No worries, mate. No worries at all.
Yeah.
Fuzzy, you'd like to shout yourself out, please, mate?
Yeah, you can find me at Foot for OG on YouTube, on Instagram as well. Gonna have to eventually do a show regarding the Southgate waistcoat propaganda. I'll have to wear my waistcoat for that as well. I'll probably wear a shirt and tie with it. What's the matter? Do the full shebang. But yeah, aside from that, you find me on every Wednesday night, 8:30 p.m. No match previews or match reviews, as there's no Premier League football. We're all forced to watch stale football from a manager that's never going to win anything. Then, Sunday night takeaway show, 8 o'clock. Most likely should be on there. But aside from that, make sure to subscribe to EarlydoorsFootballTV and the pending channel for Auntie Herbert called the Straw Chewing Gooner.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, that's a brand new show. Yeah, do you know what, Fuzz? I reckon that name you got there, Fuzzgate. I reckon you can actually open up your own brand of chocolate milk and call it Fuzzgate. Seriously.
Fuzzgate. It's not in reference to just Southgate. It's in reference to a chocolate apocalypse. The scandal of chocolate milk everywhere.
Oh, brilliant. But as always, it's great to have you two on the channel, and that, and as we said, episode 10. We've an hour and 51. We've seen episode 10 out, and it's been a long road, and it's been a good road, and it's been a good laugh all along the way, and more to come as well. We'll have to think of something for next week and that, because it's going to be boring as with no football in between. And as Fuzzy just said, and Drew's mentioned as well, dead football. I don't know. We'll have to think of something. We'll have to talk about what we're going to do before that day comes along, and what we can actually do on that for episode 11. Episode 11.
Yeah.
So, for those who's still in the chat, thanks very much for being with us. Do appreciate you being with us for this period of time. Hope you enjoyed it. And as always, we just like to say thanks for being with us, and we look forward to seeing you next time.
Southgate out.
Never break, always fight, never quit, do it right, play the game, win it life, have no shame, there's no time, feel the pain, live the grind, I could change, in my mind, pick a lane, commit and climb, the only way to win it life, I never miss that fact, taking big swings, bitch, hand me the bat, put me in the ring, you'll go out in a bag, cause I sing what I mean and I bring it to the mad light, ain't got time to